ready for Mom, Tiff? Let's go!
Never kept up with the latest. Never tried to be the greatest. But let's be honest, yes, we want this. Oh.
Hey everybody, I'm Monty Mont.
I'm Tiff.
And I'm Chris.
And these
Are a few
Of our favorite
Sings.
Sorry. Okay.
She skips choir.
Yeah, sorry. I felt that thing.
She did. Yo, we back. Welcome again to another episode of our favorite Sings. Tiff, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent. I always like how you say when I ask how you doing. You're like, I'm good.
I'm good.
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Appreciate the digs we in. You see, we in a little different spot. We got some more coming for you guys regarding to that, some news as well.
Yeah.
We're excited about, but we have an amazing guest with us on today, Mr. Chris Johnston. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. Thank you for coming on our show.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, we are humbled as well. And first of all, probably once this airs, you all will have heard our top 10 of all time female vocalists.
Oh, yeah.
And
People had something to say about that list.
people had some things to say.
Yeah.
So very quickly, I know we have not prepped you for this, for your top 10 female, but what are just, maybe give us maybe 2 or 3 of your top vocals. They don't got to be in order because, Lord, you start
And
putting stuff in order.
vocalists, Chris, not performers,
Tell 'em.
not entertainers, but give us a couple of your best female vocalists.
Right.
Kim Burrell's on number one.
Good pick. Oh, number
Wait,
one. What?
number
It
one?
has to be. She's like, vocally,
Yeah.
she's just the beast.
Okay,
She- nobody can really
I
touch her.
think Kim was on my...
Kim was 2 for me.
Was she on your list?
Really?
Oh, okay. Because we'll talk about how Monty's list was a little different. But okay, and who else you got?
Lena Bird Miles, that's my girl.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
That's a
nice
good one.
pick.
Hometown, so,
nice
you
pick.
know.
Yeah.
Gotta support the hometown.
That's a good one.
But
She's
she's a beast
excellent.
too.
Yeah.
Love her. Who else? She's not really well known, but her name is Donisha Ballard.
I knew. Yeah. Oh, she did. She was on a project with Charles Jenkins. I remember.
Yeah.
She's a monster too.
That's one of my favorites.
You seem to have a Chicago slant though. Is she Chicago? I know.
She is
Charles
Chicago.
Jenkins. Yeah. Okay.
She's Chicago, and I love Chicago.
Okay. Let's have this out very quick because now, where would you put like the all-time greats with this? With Whitney, Aretha? But I just want to know, where would you put Whitney or Aretha, or would it be Aretha Whitney? Let's just get that.
That's it. Yeah, let's just do that.
Let me ask
I
that.
want to know.
As far as vocally,
And be careful
I
because
would-
my mom is watching. She's going to have something to say
I'm
about it.
sorry, but I would probably put Whitney before Aretha vocally.
All right.
Okay, okay.
I
I
think
did too. I
That's
did too.
our generation, maybe. I don't know. Some folks ride hard for Aretha, and nothing wrong with that. But
Yeah.
for us,
My mother, Tiffany, why would you put Whitney on before Aretha? I'm like, Mom, because, but it's Aretha Franklin. I'm like, I know, Mom.
I mean, yeah, she's a legend, but vocally
Yes.
compare, it just.
yeah. Okay.
I mean, they have their own
Yes.
they do. It's different
things
styles,
and
but
stuff, different
just-
styles, and that works for them. But
If you got to pick,
yeah.
All right, we don't want to get you in no more trouble, 'cause, man.
Yeah.
I stay in trouble.
So, of course, we start the show out, and we love to know for our guests, what is one of your favorite sings? What is one of your favorite inspirational songs, past, present, right now, that you're really enjoying?
I would say "Never Be Defeated" by Rich Tolbert.
Shout out to Rich. Rich,
Yeah.
if you remember, man, an interview on the red carpet a couple years ago on Stellars, man, come back through. We'd love to have you on. Rich is doing some great things. He's actually on
Yes,
one of the Song of the Year candidates for sure, Miracle Worker with J.J. Harrison.
Yeah.
And what was the name of that project? The whole album was great, but I know Miracle Worker was one of the hit singles for sure from that. Man, why am I blanking on that? I can't remember the name of the whole album, but JJ, of course, we love you as well. But what about that song?
Well, when the song came out, I heard it before it actually came out, and he was getting ready to record it, so I heard some excerpts of it on social media, and I was like, that song is dope, and it was like, it spoke to me because in previous years, it's been a really rough season to where I wanted to give up, and it was like a song that ministered to me because I literally was like, okay, I understand I can never be defeated even though all this stuff is going on. So that's why I chose that song.
That's nice. That's nice.
So, Chris, singer, songwriter, worship leader, all of the above.
Yeah.
Tell me, when did you realize that music is what you really wanted to do?
5, at the age of 5.
5 years old.
Wow.
Now, listen, the story is interesting.
Okay.
I did not want to sing. I wanted to just direct the choir.
Okay.
That's all I wanted to do. I didn't want to sing. I didn't want to lead praise and worship. I didn't want to lead a song. Let me direct the choir and sing background. But, you know, God's will was different from what I wanted.
Right.
And I didn't know that until
Always.
about 17. And then I got forced to lead praise and worship.
Yeah.
And then from there, it just grew to where it's like a passion.
Nice.
And you say forced. That I want to say something about the church that honestly it's really good, because in church, if it was 2 musicians and 3 singers, go on up there, baby, just do what you can do, and you would never normally be in that kind of situation. But being in that situation helps you. That helped me with playing, and it helped people with singing, and you kind of get thrust out there on a stage that normally, you know, wasn't nobody in business putting no, you know, kid out there playing the drums or whatever, but it does kind of help, you know, to get your chops, if you will.
And force is a good word, especially being like a PK.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless of whether you have the talent or not, you got to do it. So it's like going out there and I'm like, I don't even know how
One thing, I wasn't a PK, but I felt like I grew up like a PK.
Yeah.
I just had to do everything.
You have to do everything,
So,
And so now, like you said, you set out to do one thing, you know, even when you're 5, and then doing more things and wearing more hats. So now as a full-on worship leader, you know, in church, and I looked, you know, I was looking at some of your social media, and you, not just in one church, I've seen you leading worship.
Man, Chris everywhere.
Yeah.
He's
You know
singing
what I mean?
at it. He's singing everywhere. Got a mic out here. Every church, okay? Yeah.
So it's like, there's one thing when it's your home church, and I know my musicians, and I know, but kind of taking the worship on the road, if you will. How is that for you in terms of being acclimated to the room, and man, how are these people receptive? Do they, you know, what is that experience like?
It's very interesting. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to see the dynamic. But one thing I've always learned is to, before you go into that type of atmosphere, do your research. So what kind of church is it? What the song selections, will that work for that church? All that good stuff. And then even getting with those musicians maybe ahead of time to try to figure out what it is they know, what you can do, and how to maneuver within worship to where it will be effective and not just where they're standing there looking at you. So that would be
Preparation, you know.
Yeah, it's all in your preparation. And then, of course, you have to have a prayer life. Absolutely have to have a prayer life. You have to be in tune with God and his voice and what he's saying and how to move. Because he'll tell you exactly what to do in certain situations, in certain atmospheres. Like, for example, you can't go to a Second Baptist church and sing CCM music.
Right.
You got to go in there singing some old school.
Yeah.
But you will know that because you'll know the atmosphere. And so.
That is a very... It's funny you say that because I've been places where people tried it, you know, and it just, it's not that the person isn't, you know, trying to lift up the name of Jesus, but you do have to know your audience. You do have to understand that, you know, people are coming in with maybe a certain expectation. So you just can't really just shock them and be like, well, I'm gonna just do this, and because it's not what they're ready for. Right. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's
good. Too, people have sat and looked. It was like, what is that? And then I've also learned you have to kind of maybe throw them with a song they know before you hit them with a new song.
Yeah.
I've learned that recently.
Oh yeah, because if they don't know,
if they don't know it, they'll be like, "Oh, that was cute.
Yeah,
that was a pretty song. I liked it. You did an amazing job."
Yeah,
but I'm like, I couldn't tell y'all. But I said we didn't know the song, right, so yeah.
Okay, so now and we ask our guests this question a lot, especially our worship leaders, and we have an opinion on this. I have an opinion on this. Is there a difference between performing a song and ministering a song, in as far as you go, like?
Definitely.
Most absolutely. Definitely. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like performing, you're kind of solely in your flesh. and you're just singing to be singing. Whereas ministering, you're depending on God and the strength of God to really minister to the people where they are and help them through whatever it is they're dealing with at the time.
Absolutely. And I think we always say that. I think so. Whenever you're leading worship, I think you're performing for an audience of one.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is. So, you know, a lot of people are looking at you funny because, you know, they not in worship.
See, okay.
And I close my eyes.
Yeah.
But you just hit on something that drives me crazy is the fact that you as the singer or the musicians, y'all ready. But people in the church are kind of like, okay, well, perform for me, do something. As a church goer, anybody that's watching this, you have to also have that mindset he was talking about. You have to come in expecting to praise. Don't come in to be entertained.
Right.
Because that person has been, like you say, they've been praying, they've been fasting. They be like, Lord, give me what to do for your people. So it's not a performance. It's supposed to be, you know, helping usher you into the presence of God. So, yeah, just not for the people that we bring on the show, but for y'all listening, you know, get your mind right. You know what I'm saying? When you're coming in there.
Yeah.
You
Makes it easier for us.
You trying to worship and everybody just sitting there like, yeah, girl, you going to get some meat after this? Like, why are you here?
Yeah.
That drives me crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, go ahead.
It does.
You got me on a tangent for a minute.
Again, that's why I close my eyes all the time. I was like, all right. Or I look at the back of the room, like where nobody is at. So I don't even pay attention to them.
That's a good strategy. But,
Okay, so you're single, Chasing After You. Talk to us a little bit about that. You, being a songwriter, talk to me about your process in writing that song.
That was interesting.
Okay.
It was myself, Ronnie Thomas, shout out to my brother Ronnie, and my friend and sister Muna Haluf. I think that's how you say her last name.
Okay.
Don't judge me. We were all just sitting at my church, shout out to Reconciliation, Apostolic Ministries. We were sitting there one day, kind of just shedding, and then Ronnie, you know, he's not an experienced organist, but he could play a little bit. So he just started playing a medley, and then me and Muna came up with the words to the song. And it really was from where I was at the time.
Nice.
And that's just how Chasing After You came
to
was
be.
birthed because, that's just.
Is that like your normal process of writing, or what's your normal process of writing a song?
It all depends.
Yeah.
A lot of the times I get a lot of stuff in my dreams. So I'll be dreaming and I'll hear something in my dreams and I'll wake up and record it. Or I'll wake up and write it. If I can catch it in time.
right. Yes.
If I can catch it in time. But for the most part, or I'll be driving down the street and I'll hear a melody and I'll sing it in my phone, or I hear words and I'll write it down. And I'm like, I don't know what it means, so piece it together later. But that's normally how that works.
Nice. And that's a great song. Make sure you guys
Please
check that out. And that's available on iTunes. And is it on every digital outlet?
Yes.
Every digital outlet. Chasing After You, Chris Johnston.
Seriously, I'm not even saying it because he's here. That song is excellent. Now, I want to go back real quick. First of all, ain't it great to have phones now? Because you can just, when I hear something too, I'm like, let me record it. But, let me just put that down. But let me tell you what I do. And I still do this sometimes. I'll be having a dream. And it'll be a dream where I'm like at a concert, and it'll be like, Kurt Franklin or Hezekiah or somebody's up there. But the song will be an original song from my consciousness. But in the dream, I feel like I'm at a concert, so I'm just enjoying the song like, they're killing this.
Right.
I'm like, man, and then I wake up, I'm like, wait. I was like, no, I made it up. I was like, I didn't even, and then I can't remember what it is.
Oh, that makes me so mad. I'm like, God, why you do that to me?
Every time because in the dream I feel like I'm at a concert. So, if you're at a concert, you're just enjoying the music. But I don't realize that this is an original song. I do this so I remember I was in a dream one time. I promise y'all, I'm in a dream. It was Paul Morton. Paul Morton was singing.
Nice.
And he was just going forward. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, wake up, write this down. I woke myself up. And I wrote.
So quick.
I still have that song till today. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. Maybe if I meet Bishop Morton, we can collaborate. But yeah, that's it's funny when you said dreams. I thought about that. And
I had a story about that too. But I wasn't in the concert. I don't know where I was. All I know, I just heard this. It was the most beautiful song I've ever heard in my life.
Nice.
Beautiful melody, and I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And I was like, get up so you can write it down. You can record it. And I got up. I couldn't remember nothing. I was so mad. And I still ain't came back to me. I was like, okay, God, you playing with my emotions right now.
that is the worst. Yeah.
If there was anyone that you could collaborate with,
Yes.
who would it be?
Wow.
Yeah.
I have a lot.
Anyone? Okay, give us a couple.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah.
Donisha Ballot.
Okay.
Because me and her both squall. Like, we have no sense. That's just what it is. I would say, if I could, the old Love Center choir.
Oh, whole choir then.
Yeah, the whole choir.
Yeah.
Like, just lead a song with Love Center because they are amazing. And then I would also say probably Kara Sheard.
Oh,
Come on, Kiki. Yeah.
Kiki, shout
Come
out.
on, Kiki. Yeah.
She's a beast.
That would
She
be a
is-
good one. Yeah.
that's so.
Oh, and my guy, Rich Tolbert, because that's, man.
Yeah, Rich is doing some things. So let me ask you this then. Coming from a person, I'm not really a singer.
I am.
And I didn't even have to finish that. I was about to say, put a comma on that. Do you feel like, one time when I was young, they had me singing in the choir, and they had me singing in the choir with like the best singer in our church. I mean, a powerhouse like that. And I was like, why are y'all doing this? Because we are totally not matched together, So when you kind of said those people, and bro, you could blow. I heard you singing. Are there times where, not so much even a duet, but working with somebody, and you feel like, man, I don't know if this person is in sync with exactly how I, especially if you're writing something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have you ever struggled with a person with their voice, and it's like, man, I don't know if this is really my thing for you or your thing for me, whereas that collab is not right. Do you think?
Well,
Or do you feel like I'm versatile, man? I can do it
I'm
for anybody. And
learning
whatever?
to become versatile.
Yeah,
So there are some people where I feel like, man, I don't know about this one.
yeah.
Just because, I have my lane and I try to stay in it. And then, sometimes, of course, it's self-doubt. But my thing is I've also learned to be confident in my ability and my voice.
Yeah.
And be okay with it. There's something you bring to the table everybody else doesn't. So,
Yeah,
That's right.
Styles collaborate, yeah.
yeah, I mean, and if you got a good producer as far as that's concerned,
Wow.
he'll make it.
That's true. That's a
He'll make
very
it sound
good
good,
point. That's
and place it where it's supposed to.
and that's kind of their job. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's true. That's a good producer can.
Yep.
Who are you listening to right now? I want to know who's on your playlist.
A whole lot of people.
Give me 5. Like, who's constant? If I get in your car right now, what's gonna come on? What are you listening to?
PJ Morton.
Okay.
Oh man, that just came
That's
out.
my
too.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great album.
All from
Yeah.
the gumbo to the other one, the uncut version, to
Yeah.
this one that just came out, to the Christmas album. So all of them are in rotation.
Okay.
Always.
Heavy rotation.
Heavy rotation. Embassy Worship right now is on. Who else? Actually, to be honest, that's probably it at the moment.
You are.
Oh, All
quite-
Nations.
All
All Nations, of course.
Nations. Yeah.
A couple of them, not all of them.
You are a choir person. I mean, you are a choir guy.
Oh, I'm trying to think choir. The funny thing is,
Yeah.
even though I am a choir guy, I don't listen to a lot of choir music
No?
until it's time for me to teach choirs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
what
used to do it all the time.
the controversy? Let's talk about it. Kanye. Let's talk about the Sunday service choir. Are you listening to that?
Yes, actually. That's actually, it's not in their rotation, but
Yeah.
it's good. I like the.
I like it.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding that album right now. And people are some people like it. Some people, like, I don't know, because of, the nostalgia that comes along with some of the songs that,
Yeah.
whatever. But I like it.
I think the arrangements were amazing.
Yeah.
See,
Vocally, like the arrangements
Yeah.
that I've to rearrange some of the songs that we've heard, as kids in the 90s and rearrange it and make it for God. And then just to have the vocal arrangements that he had on
I
it
think it's awesome.
was amazing. And I mean, my thing is it's reaching a generation of people are like that don't normally do church.
I agree.
So I'm like, I mean, if it's working, people are coming to Christ. What's the problem?
What is the problem? Do you
thing
think we'll
is,
see him
too-
at Stellars?
Well,
I hope so.
what's your prediction? Remember you said,
I think they're going to open.
That would be hot.
I think
Yeah.
that would be amazing.
That-
So that's my prediction. I said it. Tiffany said it.
If they
I
do,
think
that
Sunday
would-
service choirs opening at
That would
Stellars.
be hot. Either they're going to open or close.
either they're gonna open or
Yeah,
close,
yeah.
one of the
But
two.
that
Yes.
would be hot.
Yeah.
they're gonna
yeah,
do one
yeah.
of the two. And see, my thing is too. First of all, I don't know how much Kanye had to do with it, but I know he's working with my man Jason White.
Yes.
Shout out, very influential when he was at West Angeles. He used to let me come in, sit in with them. Shout out, and some of those arrangements, I'm like, that's some old Kojic stuff. They didn't dropped in there. I'd heard that on the convocation choir or whatever. But it's my thing is too. I think sometimes, and because, Kanye West has accomplished a lot, so when he puts something out, there's always this kind of pop culture rush to it.
Right.
Yeah,
and, I always just want to make sure, I always want to look out, though, for other artists out there still grinding, because not everybody gets that platform, but has amazing talent. And I don't want people to just get caught up in, this is all it is in gospel. Because there was like a whole thing like, man, is this the greatest gospel album of all time? Like, God, this is better than anything Kirk did. I was like, no, I won't say no.
Maybe now you're going too far.
I said, hold
on now. Slow down now.
But that's what people who don't really know are going to do. They're like, I was like, no.
Yeah.
It's a good album. Kirk done had some home runs.
Yeah.
It's like, it's timeless. But like you said, it does create an awareness, and it is a positive thing. And there's a lot of people who might not have ever gave gospel a shot that said, okay, let me listen to this. Okay, let me see what else is. That happened for me with country music.
Yes, somebody had to open the door.
I'm not a big country music guy, but I heard one song and I was like, oh, that's kind of nice.
What song was it? I want to know what song it was.
There's a song and it's
don't say Old Town Road, please.
No, come on.
I want to know what was open up the country door for you.
It's by Lady Antebellum and it's called "We Own the Night." And it's a really, in this country, it's not Taylor Swift country. It's not, it's really, but I like their harmony with it.
Yeah.
And it made me kind of listen to I was like, okay, this is kind of, and they're not old school and they're not new school.
Yeah.
It's two guys and a girl and they got
I like
great.
Lady Antebellum.
And that really, I said, okay, that's kind of, a lot of country music, but.
Yeah.
Just
people, Tim McGraw's and stuff like that.
Expand your palate a little bit.
Right.
Put some stuff out there.
Yeah.
Me, I like was it soca and what's that, reggae?
Oh,
My best friend,
soca.
one of my best friends from New York. She, she's Caribbean, so in the car that's all she played.
Oh yeah.
But there was one song in particular, I don't remember the name, but I was like, this is dope. I like this, and I just got into it.
Yeah, definitely. And I like all genres. I love soca too and reggae. I do. I listen to that from time to time.
Do you remember that Kings of Comedy tour album, like the movie with Cedric and
Mm-hmm.
remember that? Didn't Cedric do he was like, I can make a reggae song, and he was like peanut butter and no jam. I was like, this dude bounced though. This is kind of hard.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, is that tight? That's kind of tight, actually.
It's a little bit, yeah.
Okay, so we were talking about the awards. Let's go back there for just a second.
Okay.
You are nominated for
bro.
Chasing After You. You are nominated for Kingdom Image Awards.
Yeah.
How does that even feel? And wait a minute, not are you just nominated? You're nominated 5. There's 5 nominations. Let me tell them. Song of the Year.
Wow.
Male Artist of the Year.
Come on.
Artist of the Year.
Hey.
Best Male Vocalist and Best New Artist of the Year. How does that feel? 5. Because I know when I had got nominated one time at school for perfect attendance, man, I got an award for that. I wanted everybody to come. So how does that feel?
It's surreal for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. It's Chasing After You is not even as big as I thought it would be or as I wanted to be. But for it to be recognized and for myself to be recognized in those categories was like, wow.
Yeah.
Little old me,
Surreal.
little old praise and worship nigga in Las Vegas me, okay.
5.
And I'm like, God, let's go then. I'm for it.
Let's go.
I mean, because you're doing this because you love to do it. It's in you to do it. But for someone else to recognize it and say, wow, this is to the point that we'd like to, put you on a pedestal. I mean, you're not in the game just for the awards, but it's got to feel good, the hard work that you put in and seeing it kind of pay off in that.
Definitely. Most definitely.
That's see y'all be just thinking we just be bringing. We got award winners. We got folks coming in. I mean, wait till y'all hear his song. First of all, let's finish this first, then hear his song because y'all gonna love it.
Yeah.
Just ask me to sing it today. I just got out of rehearsal.
No, we gonna put you in the spot. Like
I'm so glad because you was booked today. So the fact that you even came and sat and chat with us, I'm so thankful for that.
Yes.
Thank you for that once again for coming.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yes.
we really do. What is your ultimate goal
Yeah.
for your career in ministry? Like, what is it what is the ultimate goal for that?
How much we
Yeah.
going up? Like,
Be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the accolades and being on main stages, big stages is great, but ultimately it's ministry for me. So
Yeah.
I want to see people healed, delivered, and set free. So I want, if you're gonna come to a Chris Johnston concert,
If we gonna do this
it's gonna
thing,
be
let's
church.
do this thing. Yeah.
'Cause I'm churchy.
Yeah.
But it's also gonna be an experience with God. Like when you leave out, you're like, okay, I've had an experience with God, and that's what I want ultimately. So I'm not in it just to be performed.
No, you want to see
Yeah.
people healed,
Yeah.
delivered, and set free.
Like I'm like, let's do altar calls, cast out devils type.
Come
person.
on.
That's how
That's-
I roll.
And man, I just watching you on your social media, I really got that from you. You know, sometimes people with a gift, they don't minister their gift, and they maybe because they don't really know how. You know, people come out of things in their life, but with you, I was like, no, he is passionate about soul winning and using this vehicle to really reach people. I could just see it in the way in your mannerisms for that, and I appreciate that, man, because you can get caught up with a gift and some people in your ear, and oh, bro, do this and do that, and you kind of lose yourself. You see so many
Right.
people doing that, but I really liked your sincerity just from watching you just through social media and stuff as well.
Yeah, definitely. Chris, give us your handles. Tell us where we can find you, included Anointed Radio, and give us all your handles, your Facebook, your Instagram. Let the people know where to find you.
All right. Well, you can catch me almost every Sunday and Wednesday on Anointed Radio, Anointed Radio LV. So download the. I believe we have an app. I know we are all the things, podcasts, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then you can find me at SingChrisJ on Facebook and Instagram. And then I have a website called singchrisj.com. You can find me there as well.
Perfect. Make sure y'all check him out, man. And again, go download that song.
Yes.
It's available on all digital outlets. Chris Johnston, Chasing After You. Thank you so much for coming, Chris. I
Appreciate you,
appreciate it.
man.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
This
This
was fun. I like
this
it.
was really. See, everybody comes in. It's a little like, okay, what is this? But then about 10 minutes in, we warm up. We have a good time, man. Listen, you guys. Of course, check us out as well. Mighty Sharp Show. That's the website. Our Favorite Sings is the podcast. Appreciate your feedback. We'll still take a few of y'all little lists as well and see what you think. You heard. He just gave you a little dabble, so
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
don't come at him. Come at us.
Yeah, because I got some responses. Were people
I
emailing
immediately
you?
got his responses. That's
my
as quick.
Instagram, Instagram, Facebook. You guys were sending me your list and really
Folks.
talking to us about. I want to know. Keep this up. I want to know who's on your list.
See, so full disclosure, when we're taping this, we have not put out 5 through 1 yet. So we put out 10 through 6. And a lot of people's like, okay, I didn't hear such and such name yet,
Right.
so
Yo,
it
they
better be
mad.
on 5 through 1. I'm like,
And I
Stay
ain't gonna say
tuned.
nothing, but I mean, I'm not gonna bust nobody out, but Kiki Wyatt may have been on somebody's
Oh,
list
my
up in
God.
here
Okay.
and may have not.
see, to just be messy
I'm
like
sorry.
that.
Okay.
Chris,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
Kiki White is dope.
No,
Yeah,
Chris
but
is not. We're going to talk about
possibly
this
she
off
was on
mic.
somebody's list.
We're gonna talk about this
and
off
maybe
mic,
she
Chris.
wasn't.
Okay, all right.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Kiki, you know I love you. All right?
Does
It's
he?
not- okay. We're about to go. So y'all stay sharp and hit us back. We'll be back next week for another episode. All right?
Yes.